Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live stream Saturday night, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news a little bit. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys so you can see things happening. And I'll do my very best to troubleshoot your issues on the fly. So there might be some high entertainment in watching me blow it if you're into that sort of thing. I mean, like, screw up in that sense. Anyway, let's get going here. All right, welcome everybody. I'm back and I can see down there that the sound is working. I swear to all that's good and holy, I try to check everything before I run these live streams. Last week, I don't know what happened. I had looked at it, but anyway. So I was at the Cherry Festival 2 weeks ago. That's why we missed one live stream. We had a great time. I have a wonderful bowl of Michigan cherries here. I bought some at the farmer's market this morning, not up in Traverse City, but these are really cool white cherries. You know, most of the cherries, I don't know, the sweet cherries, I guess, at least when we lived in California, that we got at the grocery store were from Washington. But apparently, northern Michigan is the cherry capital of the world. I talked to one of the guys there at the cherry orchard. We went and picked some, and he told me that the reason why cherries do so well on the coast, and especially up in northern Michigan along these peninsulas, is that because the lake effect keeps the climate cold for so long during the year, the cherry trees don't flower and bloom too early. He said, like inland, you might get warm and then the cherry trees start to flower and then another freeze comes in like in April or May and just wipes them out. So that's why I guess in Washington on the coast and over in Michigan on the coast. And I've got my M22 shirt on. I don't know how many of you are familiar with M22, but let's take a look over here at a map of Michigan, the great state of Michigan. Now up here at the top here is Traverse City. This thing here is called the Leonau Peninsula. Some people think of it as the Pinky. But if you have a chance, this highway here, this 22, is like a really awesome drive all the way up to this place called Sutton Bay, which is another really cool city in Michigan. It's like an old-fashioned kind of city with like a main street and a marina and all kinds of like cool shops and everything. Anyway, enough about Michigan. Let's get going. Let's see, where are we here? Let's go over here and welcome everybody. He is here. I'd like to thank everybody that's hanging in here. I know interest overall in crypto is down because of the market dip. It's only human, right? When there's money to be made and there's gold in them there hills, you know, everybody's interested. But when the price dips, everybody just kind of tries to ignore it, tries to ignore the disaster, right? So I want to thank all of you guys for hanging in there with the live stream. And let's see. So we got Grand Illusion. Buddy Love was here first. Thanks, Buddy. Good to have you. And we do have sound tonight. Grand Illusion from Idaho, who is another repeat viewer. I really appreciate you being here, Grand Illusion. Jamie Burry, who's a bit stressed. Maybe you can watch me screw some stuff up and get a laugh. Who knows? W, hey, is great. I'm loud and clear. I'm happy. Scott is here. Always happy to have Scott. All we need now is Mr. David, and we'll have the old crew back. JDO is here. Thanks for joining, JDO. I was rewatching the stream last week on Sunday, and I noticed that JDO was fielding a lot of the questions and sort of telling the people that I was ignoring that my email is in the description. Speaking of that, if you look down in the description below, there's a lot of links that I have for partnerships, affiliate associations that I have with companies that I believe in. BlockFi, Crypto.com, Ledger, one of my go-to wallets, Trezor. I'll try to do some stuff with the Trezor, whoops, which I just dropped tonight. And the Ledger Starter Pack, for those of you who are just getting started in crypto, it's a pretty good deal. You get, let's just take you over there real quick. You get like a Ledger Nano S, which is the cheapest ledger. What just happened? Why did that happen? I don't know. Let's try that again. That was weird. Let's copy that. It's like it copied the first. And when we use that, it just paste. There we go. That was so weird. Okay. I guess they don't have it anymore. I guess. I don't know. Ledger Starter Pack. There it is. I don't know why my link didn't take you right there. But that's a pretty cool combo. You get this little guide and a Ledger Nano S, which is pretty good for beginners. If you're a little more into crypto, I would suggest the X, which is bigger, has a larger screen and holds more apps so that you can manage more cryptos. A little more expensive, but it's worth it, in my book. Let's see, what else are we hyping tonight? Let's see, we've got some cryptocurrency exchanges. If you're new and you want to get your hands on crypto, Coinbase, Kraken, BINANCE US. If you're into privacy and you want to avoid trackers and earn a little bucks while you're at it, the Brave browser is really good. And then I've got my email here for those of you who don't get your questions answered and you want to shoot me an email. I try to go through those during the week. There's a link here to the Mastering Bitcoin book if you're really into learning Bitcoin kind of inside and out. This is the go-to book. And then I've got a link to the book on Amazon, written by Andreas Antonopoulos. A really good book about Bitcoin, if you're into that sort of thing, which I am. I didn't get a chance to do news today. Ouch. We were out and about this morning at the farmer's market this morning. And may I just say that I don't want to be controversial here, but at the farmer's market this morning, everything was back to normal. It was like really crowded. Everybody was just thronged into this open air farmer's market. Everybody was smiling and laughing, and everybody was like, we weren't worried about social distancing or masks or anything. I think I saw one person with a mask. But that's the way life should be, right? We should be interacting with each other instead of being afraid of each other. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, so we covered all of that, and like I said, I didn't start working on the live stream and pinning the news, so we can talk a little bit about the news. The crypto market is still down. It's sort of testing its lows. I think the overall lows for this year were just under 30,000. So Bitcoin has done a pretty good job of staying above 30,000. It took a little dip briefly below that. But I saw a great meme that I can't, of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. And it was a car that was like parked in between two walls. So like it couldn't get out, right? And then on one side it said BTC 32. And then on the other side it said BTC 35,000, right? So it's like, and I guess like I know that feeling. It's like Bitcoin is just stuck between 32 and 35, right? And it's just been frustrating for those of us who like want to see Bitcoin just go up, right? But I do recall times when this happened before, and everyone says there's all the bashers, right? And the bashers are always saying things like, it has no intrinsic value, it's only used by criminals, it's used to avoid taxes, it's bad for the environment. These are the new bashes, right? But they always say it's too volatile to be used for a real currency, right? But in these like frustrating spans of time where Bitcoin is like stuck in a range, you're like, I wish it was volatile again, right? So here we are, kind of stuck in a range. This is just, I didn't even read this article, but this is a good headline here. NFTs are like the invention of paper. If you're not aware, an NFT stands for non-fungible token, which basically is a unique token, unique in and of itself or of a series. usually like a piece of art, but they're becoming more and more ubiquitous. They're coming up with new ways to use them, and they are a big, the word came out. I lost the phrase, field change or whatever you want to call it, in technology, right? Akin to the internet, email, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and now we've got NFTs, right? And then also in that list is DeFi, and we'll talk a little bit about DeFi tonight, decentralized finance. It's a place where you can put your money to work to earn passive income. So all that stuff is really cool about cryptocurrencies. There's been talk from Jack Dorsey and others about sort of a decentralized version of Twitter. And let's hope that it's more resistant to censorship. Kind of a decentralized peer-to-peer thing that cannot be attacked because, it's not centralized like Bitcoin. Right. So, and then some stories about is Bitcoin ready to rebound? This is a chart-based thing, or basically looking at behavior of people that are shorting Bitcoin. Right. And then this is a great site for Bitcoin news, Cointelegraph. I link to it quite often. In fact, if I hear a story somewhere, like on Yahoo News or CNBC, I always try to go straight to the source and get link to the article about it on Cointelegraph because it's much more crypto-centric in depth, right? CoinDesk is another great website for Bitcoin news, overall cryptocurrency news. You can see here that the market's a bit down today, but not by a bunch, right? 0.48, 0.03. It was green a minute ago. I don't know. But this is interesting. I just noticed this. Earlier, Bank of America approves Bitcoin futures trading for some clients. So, we're hearing a lot of FUD from the powers that be. Like Crypto Lark did a video on, how the major institutions were so bullish in January and now they're FUDding here in July. I think it was Guggenheim said something like Bitcoin is no one's interested in Bitcoin anymore, or JP Morgan, they're all saying stuff like it's not a viable investment now, and here they were cheerleading back in July. Pump it when it's on the upswing and FUD it when it's on the downswing. That's their MO, right? So those of us who enjoy cryptocurrencies as a technology and a long-term investment can just kick back and let all of this sort of thing brush off our shoulders, right? And then, of course, there's an article here about Bitcoin holding above 30K. Okay, so what am I going to do tonight? Let's go over to the... what did I do? Did I pop out chat? I guess I haven't even done that yet. Silly me. Let's get over here. Let's pop out chat. Take it over to the other monitor so that I can kind of keep an eye on it. I'm not sure if I'm doing this live stream thing right or not. I always take my pop out the chat and watch it over here so that you don't see me watching the chat, because I don't know, maybe I could play another video window over there and watch the chat. Hey, let's not spam, all right? How to save in Matic, put user in timeout. How's that? Yeah, there's no reason to cut and paste your question a million times. Although, bless you, God bless you for being here. But you don't look like a typical spammer. You just look like a guy who's a little impatient. So please don't do that. It's not very polite. Okay, so where was I? Oh, okay, I just wanted to see who was asking what. Scott's here, JDO's here. That's great. You guys are talking a little bit. Talking about Zilqua and maybe a little about Theta. Let me just point out also that I have dropped some videos this week. Let's go. I just dropped this video earlier about the Dino swap on Matic, which we can talk a little bit about tonight. and then this video on how to convert assets on Polygon, which was kind of my on the fly last night, and then this one was a little more consolidated because I do go through how to convert the assets in this particular video as well, just a little more to the point of getting staking in the Dino Swap. I don't know, I stumbled on an article about Dino Swap. And then Ledger just came out with a new version, Ledger Live 2.3.0. Okay. And then let's see, I did a video on Trezor. They came out with their new suite this week, so we can talk a little bit about Trezor. And I guess that was it for this week, but 4 videos for 1 week is pretty good for me, right? Okay, so speaking of Trezor, let's take a look at Trezor real quick. Trezor is a... oh, I dropped it, right. Here we go. And I'm going to have to redo my camera window for the Trezor because it's like square, not rectangular. Trezor is a hardware-based wallet where the private keys are stored, very similar to the Ledger device. Interesting thing, we were talking about Trezor last week, and when Trezor first came out, it had no software whatsoever. It was like, boom, here you go. This is a hardware device for storing private keys. And that's pretty much all it did. And as far as the Trezor company went, right? But there were a lot of crypto wallets that supported the Trezor and were able to utilize it in their wallets, right? But they had no wallet software, which is kind of like for a real crypto head, right? A lot of people that get the Ledger and work with Ledger Live, they get mad because Ledger Live doesn't support every crypto in existence, and they get all bent out of shape about it. And it's kind of like, hey, you're lucky they have any software, you know? It's funny compared to a Trezor. But now Trezor has their own software. So this is the Trezor T. It's got a touch screen on it. It's pretty cool. The one thing that kind of bothers me about it is that it's my fingers are kind of big, and this trying to enter this pin is a little bit problematic for me. It's pretty easy for me to accidentally hit the wrong key or accidentally hit the check mark. And okay, I did it. I got it in there. All right, so let's take a look at their new software. All right, we're done with that. So what are we doing here? I don't think I've pinned it to my taskbar yet. We could do that. And there it is. So this is the new software suite for Trezor. Now Trezor did have, eventually had their own software that was web-based, right? The Trezor Wallet software. But it was web-based, which is, it's secure because the private keys are held on this device. Oh, and it wants me to do something. Okay, I'm going to hit this little check mark here. Move this camera over here. All right, so as you can see, it hasn't... Oh, there it is. Okay. So this particular Bitcoin wallet... Oh, actually, this is like... It looks like a chart of all the wallets because I moved some of the Bitcoin into this newer wallet here. This is what I'm calling, I can name it the Bitcoin main wallet, which is labeling, which is once you've done that, once you do have to acknowledge labeling each time you boot up the device for some reason. You don't have to do that with Ledger, but you do that with this. And this is a native SegWit Bitcoin wallet. I don't see the other one. I don't know, the other one like disappeared. Oh wait, there it is. Okay, so this was the original account, which was a SegWit account. These are just Bitcoin address formats. It's not a huge deal to get all caught up in it, but some of you may have older wallets that you created, like maybe back in 2017 or even 2018, that were SegWit based. In fact, a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges didn't even support the native SegWit wallets for a while there. I think like BINANCE was kind of a latecomer. I know Bittrex took a while to support native SegWit addresses. So if you're running a native SegWit Bitcoin wallet and you click receive, you'll see that does it want me to do anything here? Yeah, it wants me to. Here, let me show you what I'm doing over here so you can see. Let's get in on this. Yeah, it's good enough, right? So it's confirming the receiving address for me, right, on the device. And now I can see the address. This is not private information. This is a public address. So I'm not revealing anything, any private information or any security information by revealing this address to you. I am violating my privacy a little bit because you guys can see that that address belongs to me. So if someone were to send me Bitcoin to this address, you could see that on the blockchain, right? If you had the wherewithal to like freeze frame this and then type in that address into a Bitcoin blockchain explorer, you could see the history of this Bitcoin address. And that's why most native SegWit wallets, hardware wallets in their software will generate new receiving addresses each time you do a receive, right? So I can copy this into my clipboard and send it to a friend of mine or put it on an exchange or withdraw from an exchange to this wallet. And once one transaction has come in, the next time I pull out this device and go to generate a receiving address, it will be a different one, right? This improves your privacy because if I'm running a business and I'm using the same Bitcoin address over and over again, not only can people see what other people have paid, right? So if I try to, bargain with somebody, they can see, oh, well, so-and-so before me paid less, depending on what it is you're selling, right? But people can see what you've got in your Bitcoin wallet. So they might think to themselves, oh, he's doing pretty good in his business, right? You don't really want that information to be publicly available. It's just common sense. Finances should be private. So that's why I kind of get a little bent out of shape when the powers that be attack Bitcoin for trying to keep financial information private, right? Shouldn't it be private, right? I don't know. They want to know everything, right? So anyway, Bitcoin native SegWit address starts with BC1, whereas an older Bitcoin address might start with a 3. This is the native, or I'm sorry, the SegWit address, right? We'll just confirm that. And you'll notice this address is slightly different format, but it starts with a number 3. It's just an older format. In fact, most cryptocurrency exchanges, if you're sending to the exchange, you're doing a deposit, it'll generate this type of address. It's not commonplace for cryptocurrency exchanges to use the new native SegWit deposit addresses. They usually give you this type of Bitcoin address. All right. So why don't we buy a little Bitcoin and throw some into this wallet if there aren't any burning questions? CryptoDad, not for long, but after the crash. I have 2 big thumbs, so the pin on the Trezor is out for me. Yeah, that it's really kind of a pain. On the Ledger, you don't get a keypad, but you get buttons. But at least you don't get you don't mash the screen the wrong way. It's cool that it has a touch screen. It's just a little bit small. But if it were any bigger, then it wouldn't be a very portable device, right? So there's a trade-off between portability and functionality in this case. Yeah, I do reveal a lot of personal information when I show you my Ledger Live. I try to hide some of the larger balances when I can, but a lot of times I reveal personal info. I have been doing this for quite a while. And as time goes by, I accumulate more crypto, right? So it's only natural that you'll stumble onto a larger balance. Yes, it's true. Okay, Khalifa doesn't understand. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Let's just grab a little. I'll do this on crypto.com real quick. Let's do this one. I don't see a way to generate a. I'm going to do this one more time. Oh, okay. There's the QR code. Cool. That's what I was looking for. I was like, my mind went right past it. Right. So let's go over to crypto.com. Let's very quickly buy some Bitcoin. And this is crypto.com, which is a iOS and Android-based cryptocurrency exchange. They do have a web-based exchange that's not available for people in the US. But you can buy, trade, stake, do all kinds of cool stuff on crypto.com on your phone. It's a great way, easy, on the go, convenient way to trade cryptocurrency. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy a little Bitcoin using the crypto.com exchange, and then I'm going to quickly send it over to my Trezor wallet. So let's hit trade. We'll choose buy. And tonight we'll do Bitcoin. Let's do the big boy. Right. I'm not going to buy $16,000 worth of Bitcoin. Let's see if I can switch those. Can I switch those? I guess I can. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, that's a little better. I think that's the minimum, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Let's do 4 just to be on the safe side. All right, so let's just buy 0.004 Bitcoin, which is about $127. I'm going to use my debit card, which you can see is linked to my account. There are other ways to do this. The crypto wallet, I can trade for Bitcoin if I have other coins. And the fiat wallet I can use if I've funded the account from my bank. But that you need a few days to do that, right? Yes, this is live. Okay. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to acknowledge the fee. There's a fee for using the card. So, yeah, it's a $3.82 fee to buy 0.004 BTC. So, yeah. Most of the fiat on-ramps like Crypto.com, Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, they make money somehow, and hopefully it's not going to ask me to enter my ATM card again. It used to always just let transact. Okay, it did it. Last couple of times I did this on the live stream, it asked me to enter the security code of my ATM card. It's kind of weird. All right, and I get the Bitcoin right away. I can go over to accounts and see it in my account. Right, so let's withdraw this Bitcoin because this Bitcoin is being held on my behalf. I don't actually own it. I mean, in principle I do, legally I do, but not physically, right? Possession is 9/10 of the law. What if this cryptocurrency exchange goes down? What if the IRS comes and, demands that they, seize that? Will they seize my Bitcoin from this exchange? I mean, there's all kinds of things that can happen to your Bitcoin if you're not holding it in your own wallet, right? And that's why we have these things called cryptocurrency wallets. This is what I consider the most secure way to hold your Bitcoin. You could do paper wallets and there are other types of hardware wallets, but this is a good, compromise between security and usability, right? So the private keys for the wallet are held on this device. So I'm going to send this Bitcoin from crypto.com into this wallet. So let's go over to, we'll tap on Bitcoin, we'll say transfer, we'll say withdraw, we'll say external wallet. We're going to add this new address by hitting the plus. It's a wallet address, and I'm going to hit the little QR code there. Or I'm sorry, the little camera icon. It's a QR code icon, and then I'm going to scan that Bitcoin address. All right, notice, it's a native SegWit address. Crypto.com has no problem with it. Let's call this one Trezor T, just for the heck of it. You got to give it a name, right? And now I need to confirm this with my Google Authenticator, right? Google Authenticator is your two-factor authentication. The Crypto.com code is there at the top. Notice it's starting to expire. They only last for about 10 seconds each, so I'm going to wait for a new one to generate. I'm just going to tap it, copy it into my clipboard, slide over here, paste, and continue. That is white. Ah, doggone it. What did I do? Didn't work? Okay, well, let's let a new one here. Oh, did I? Oh, maybe I tapped the wrong one, right? I tapped the BlockFi when I should have tapped the Crypto.com. First flub up of the night. Here we go. Let's tap it again, Crypto.com. Let's slide back over here. Let's tap and paste. And hopefully that's going to work for us tonight. There we go. Now, I've had people call me or email me about they tap this open email link and it doesn't work. It launches the wrong email client or whatever. So I'm just waiting for the email to come in through Gmail. And I'll just tap the incoming Gmail alert and then go to confirm withdrawal address. And that should relaunch Crypto.com for me. And it kind of gets stuck here. I don't know why this happens, but I have to sort of manually X that out and then sort of back out and go back in order to see that new address, Trezor T, right? So we'll hit withdrawal BTC max. Apparently it's okay that it's above their minimum, which I believe was 0.003. They're charging me 0.0004 Bitcoin, which is not cheap. I don't know what it is now, probably around $15. We can check in a bit. And then I need to confirm with my two-factor once again for the withdrawal, right? So let's tap that code, slide back, paste, and continue. I just like to get that one out of the way. I know there's a lot of people that are new that, they're like, I'm talking about stuff that doesn't really matter to them. So I just want to, the basics about what this live stream and my channel are about are how to use crypto. It's not an investment thing. I'm not here to evaluate coins for you. But I do try to stay up to date and kind of give you instructions on the latest stuff that's going on. All right, let's get that out of the way, and then we should see some Bitcoin coming in the near future. So we'll check that. What I was actually going to do with this guy here, and this camera's kind of in the way still. It's all right. We'll get it out of there. Someone asked me about storing Cardano on here, but I forgot to launch my Cardano wallet. I'm really out of it tonight. But I did recently sync it, so hopefully it won't take it too long to sync up. Where'd it go? Is it coming? I thought I just clicked it. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there it is. Yeah, see, we're very close to. So we'll kind of let that simmer in the background, and hopefully I can show you guys how to store some Cardano on the Trezor, right? We'll do that tonight because someone had asked me about that. All right, let's go back over here. And good morning from Australia, Diesel. It's good to have you. Eric, I did a video. What did I do a video on? Yes, Eric. I'm trying to find Eric here. Okay, can't find him. But yeah, I just went through earlier in the stream. I highlighted the videos I did this week. We'll talk about this. Okay, add Matic on Ledger, please. The Matic is there are two versions of Matic. There's the ERC20 version of Matic, which is an ERC20 token. So that's trivial to store on a ledger. You just store it in your Ethereum wallet. The Polygon network version of Matic is a little trickier. I don't think there's any way to do it natively, especially not in Ledger Live. Right, so there's no Polygon network available in Ledger Live to store Matic, right? So, but let me just cover that for you, and yeah, I'm going to reveal some more personal information here in my Ledger Live. There was someone last week, and he also emailed me. He was having trouble using the new Ledger Bridge to connect his Ledger-based device to his Metamask wallet. So I promised him, I don't know if he's here tonight, but I am going to do that. He kept saying he was getting a blank screen. My guess is that every time that the device was waiting for him to enter some input. Okay, there we go. Personal info. So if you go over to this Ethereum wallet here, and then you scroll down to the tokens, you can see that, where'd it go? There's some Matic in here, right? Matic can be stored in a Ledger wallet, the ERC version, the ERC20 version of Matic, very easily, right? You just do receive, you get that Ethereum address here. That's the address of the Matic network. It's actually of the Matic token, the ERC20 version of it. That's actually the address of the Ethereum wallet itself. It's the same address, right? Ends in 478BD. So you can go over to, say, Coinbase. We might as well log into Coinbase. I might need to do this. Yes, I'm going to have to do that because I had to reboot right before the live stream. It's just another reason why I didn't get a chance to do the news. Yeah, I got started doing the setting up for the live stream, and the key lights weren't working. These lights that are shining on me that make you able to see me, they were not working. And so I played around with them a little bit and then just ended up rebooting. So let's go into our Coinbase account. Oops, crypto exchange, Coinbase. We'll get ourselves signed in. Coinbase is one of the most popular cryptocurrency exchange sites out there. You can use their web interface, and I do have two-factor authentication on this account. There's also a Coinbase app that you can use on your phone. And once you get them both configured, you log into the same account, whether you're on the phone or you're on the computer. I prefer to do it on the computer because I'm old and my eyes are weak and I like a big screen. All right, so if we wanted to buy, I think they have Matic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. Polygon Matic. You can buy it on Coinbase. Pretty easy. Let's buy... Oh, let's switch our banks here. Let's go to Chase. All right, let's buy $50 worth of Matic. We should be able to withdraw that, hopefully. Now, I used my bank account in the old days, and I've been getting this for a lot. I don't know why. Okay, I just got alerts that the purchase is available in my portfolio. There it is. No. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. Let's refresh here. Okay. Any day now? Okay, there it is. All right. So, yeah. So the Polygon here that I just bought in Coinbase, we can put that over in the wallet. Let's go back down to Matic. Let's do a receive. I'm not going to have, I'm not going to confirm it on the device because it's not attached at the moment. It's going to copy that address into my clipboard. We'll go back over to Coinbase. Let's send it all. Coinbase calls it a send when you withdraw crypto, right? Most of the exchanges out there call them withdraw, right? But for some reason, Coinbase still uses the word send and receive rather than withdraw and deposit. Maybe they don't want to sound like a bank. Right? Now let's go ahead and just paste in the address of my Matic wallet, or my Ethereum-based wallet. There we go. Let's hit send now. It's irreversible. I know that. All right. Two-factor again for withdrawals. This, you'll get used to this. If you're not used to doing two-factor, it can be a little clunky, right? When you first get into crypto or whatever, where you're using two-factor, it's kind of a pain. You're kind of forced to use it with banks now, but they usually send you SMS two-factor. Like, you know, they'll send you a text with a number and you put that code in. That's really not as secure as Google Authenticator. All right, so that's 58 Matic. And let's go over here and take a look. Let's see, which is done. And then let's do a sync. It came in right away. Right, so there. We just put some Matic on our Ledger device. Now, what about the other Matic, right? So first of all, I would like to show you guys this bridge, right? So we'll start over here. Let's go into our Metamask wallet. And I'm going to get myself logged in. Okay, so you can create wallets in MetaMask, and they'll be in your browser. They store the private key is stored on your computer, kind of buried down in one of your app data folders, your app data folder in your Windows system. So it's on your computer, right? So an attacker with full remote access to your computer might be able to grab that that key that's stored there, but it is encrypted. So, but if he's got the wherewithal to get into your computer remotely, he probably has some sort of cracking program. It might be able to crack that password of your MetaMask wallet, right? So it's not as secure as storing everything on your Ledger or Trezor device, where the private key is stored on a device. All right, so I'm going to disconnect this guy and connect the Ledger, if I can find it. Because someone was asking last week, I don't know if he's here tonight, like I said. Hi, Barbara. It's good to have you here. Barbara's here again. I'm going to enter my PIN here on my device. This is my Ledger device that we're dealing with now. I hope you don't get confused that I'm kind of flipping back and forth between two different hardware wallets tonight. But I don't spend that much. I don't spend enough time on the Trezor. It's a decent hardware wallet, so it's not getting enough attention from me. All right, so here I've got this Ledger device attached now, and let's turn on this camera so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, get any better? There we go. It's about as good as it's going to get, right? Now, since we're going to be connecting to a Ledger-based wallet in MetaMask, now you could create a new wallet and choose Connect Hardware, right? But I've already created a wallet that is linked. Oh, okay. I'm on the wrong network here. Let's switch over to Ethereum. All right. Now, notice this is, am I on the right one here? No, I'm not. Am I? Let me check again. Yeah, I wanted to connect to this guy here. There we go. It's called Ledger 1. We could rename it if we want to. But notice it's the same wallet, right? This one. Whoops. This Ethereum wallet. So we're looking at the same Ethereum wallet in two different interfaces. That's all we're doing, right? I'm not moving crypto from my Ledger Live to my MetaMask. They're both looking at the same wallet from different viewpoints, vantage points, different interfaces, right? It's like you have a treasure chest in an empty house, right? And you can look at it through the dining room window, or you can go around to the other side of the house and look at it through the living room window. It's the same treasure chest. You're just looking at it from a different angle, right? So that's all we're doing when we use different interfaces to access our ledger-based wallet, right? So let me see if I can make this happen. Let's go back over here. All right, so what needs to be connected? Oh, okay. So let's connect to the Polygon bridge so that we can move some Polygon into a Matic or Polygon, or Matic, Polygon, same thing. We're going to move that Matic and put it into a Matic-based network connected to the ledger, right? That was the question earlier, was how do I store Matic on my ledger, right? So we're going to do that. So we need to, first of all, we need to get into the Ethereum app. The Ethereum app is what drives all of this, right? And then if you're going to do this, you want to make sure that in your settings that contract data is allowed. You see right here it says allowed. If I hit both buttons, it toggles off, right? And if I hit both buttons again, it toggles back on again. So we want contract data allowed. Now I'm going to navigate over to the back button to exit these settings, right? Now I'm just at the top level of the Ethereum app. So let's see. Let's find it here. I think the question from last week was connecting your ledger to the ledger bridge. Well, this sort of does it, right? Because we're using Metamask in conjunction with a ledger-based wallet, right? So like I said, we've got MetaMask open, and the active wallet is the ledger-based wallet. It's connected to this ledger, right? So let's hit MetaMask. It's waiting for confirmation from MetaMask. What did I do? Oh, okay. Right there. See, it wants me to sign this transaction, which is basically just exporting the public key into this wallet. There. Now it's saying Open Ledger Live. And I think when you first connect your ledger, you're going to get this, right? You go to Open Ledger Live. Now, I'm not sure if this was where the person last week was having issues or not, but maybe this window wasn't popping up. And then he kept saying, oh, I'm just getting a blank screen. Okay, so here we are, where it wants us to connect the bridge through this new web socket. We'll hit open. All right, now it's connected. Now notice also that my ledger device wants me to sign the same transaction, right? It wants me to acknowledge that I'm exporting the public keys to this Polygon wallet. All right, there's the address. I don't know what address that is. Oh, that's a hash. That's the message hash. Okay, so let's sign it by hitting both buttons. And now this should pop up. If you don't acknowledge that signature using your device, then you're just going to see a blank screen here. So if you're initially doing the original connection in MetaMask, goes through pretty much the same steps. And when you get to this point in MetaMask where it's waiting for you to sign the transaction using your device, you're just going to see a blank screen. So I'm not sure. I talked to the guy in email. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. And I said I would go through this, but that's probably the step he was missing, was he forgot to look at his device and acknowledge, that the device was waiting for him to authorize something. All right, now we've managed to connect this Polygon over to our Ledger wallet. And so if I click here, you'll see a list of all of the tokens. that we had on in the ledger-based wallet, right? You can't see it now because we're in the bridge, right? Ledger is sort of running in the background now in bridge mode. So I can't go into the wallets on the ledger. But I can see all of the tokens that I had in that Ethereum wallet, right? There's that 7.9 Ethereum, right? I didn't know I had Hot Love in there. There's there's a couple of like airdrops probably that I saw in here earlier, like Yo Ba, which I have no idea what that is, but apparently I have 99,888.88 Yuba, and Ujima. I'm the proud owner of coins worth nothing. Oh, and there's penis. My goodness, that's horrible. All right, so the Matic, right? Here's the Matic. All right, so we have some Matic, right? Let's move 50 of it. I want to switch it over to the Polygon network, right? So let's hit transfer. We'll hit continue. Continue. We're going to hit continue one more time. I'm confirming the transfer. I've already authorized this coin in this wallet. If you don't know what that means, see this, or approved it, right? I've already done this before with this exact same wallet. So I don't need to go through that approval step where I sign it. I have to sign it in that step too. I'm right at the confirm step. I'll hit continue. And then we sign it in Metamask. And then we review it on the device and we hit, we'll navigate over to sign, accept and send. And off it goes. Now this is going to take a while. All right, so let's turn the camera off for a sec. It is going to take a bit. But I'm done with the device. I don't have to do anything more on the device. Now you may be asking yourself, oh, it's already confirmed. Oh, okay. Yeah, it confirmed in MetaMask already. But it does, once the confirmation is acknowledged, boom, right? We still have to wait for it to actually arrive over on the Matic network. So you might be asking yourself, okay, Rex, that's all well and good. You have converted it to Matic. Where the heck is it, right? How do we see it? Because I don't see it over here, right? I don't see like a new token that says Matic, right? So you need to configure the Matic network in your MetaMask, right? You need to add it as a new network, right? So if we pull this down, I can switch networks. You've seen me work in Binance Smart Chain Network. You've never seen me work in Matic Network. I created this earlier. But there's a guide for doing this. I think it's Polygon. MetaMask. There it is. Was it MetaMask, right? Here's a great Medium article for setting up the Matic network in your MetaMask, right? And put a little. I'll drop that over into the chat window so you guys can see it. Paste. Okay. And so those are the settings that you would put in if you were going to do it manually, right? If you just went to here and settings and then just went down to network and just added the network willy-nilly by yourself, then you would use these URLs in here. And then you would name it whatever you want. You can just call it Polygon or, my Polygon or whatever you want to call it. And then the chain ID is 137. The symbol is Matic, right? But like I said, I've already set it up. I don't need to, add it. It's already in here. So we'll just pull it down and switch over to Matic mainnet. Let's get out of this. Settings. There. Now, notice now... it says Matic network up here. I'm on the Matic network. And keep in mind that this is still associated with my Ledger device. These Matic tokens that you can see right here were already in there. We'll get the extra 50 shortly. And then I've got some NANO tokens in here too, which is, these are Matic-based tokens, right? So this is how you store Matic on a Ledger device. A very complicated answer to a very simple question, right? How do I store Matic on a Ledger? This is it. That's how you do it. Not easy, huh? Oh, okay. So this guy was here earlier asking me about Hex and Pulse scams. In my book, it's like a Ponzi. I mean, people say the Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme or whatever, or a scam, right? That used to be one of the big things about Bitcoin. They'd always say, "Oh, scam, scam." I remember I had done a video a while back on Litecoin something, like Litecoin Plus or some new Litecoin thing. And Tommy Lee, who was like the creator of Litecoin, called it a scam. And so everyone, just like zombies, just lined up in a long row and were like, scam, 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 scam. Tommy Lee said it was a scam, 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 scam. It really wasn't a scam. It was just another Litecoin. It was kind of a Litecoin fork. It turned out to be an S coin, a coin that kind of ended up worthless, but it was not a scam, all right? It was supposed to be more, it lent itself to a certain type of mining, which allowed you to use old Bitcoin miners to mine this Litecoin. I don't know. It's been a while since I did the video, but when the minute I posted the video, within 5 minutes, no, I'm sorry, within 30 seconds of posting the video, I had all these comments that saying, "This is a scam. This is a scam," and I was like, funny how I can post like a 20-minute video and then within 30 seconds people are screaming scam, right? Turned out to not be a scam. Did I say Tommy? It should have been Charlie. Sorry, buddy. Keep me in line. May I try a small amount just to see how it works? That's another scam, right? Anybody that asks you to send them crypto for whatever reason it may be is a scammer, right? Period. Back in the early days of XRP, back in 2017, when you created an XRP wallet, you needed the XRP wallet required 20 XRP, and that 20 XRP stays locked in the wallet. But there was Gate.io when you tried to open an XRP account. At some point, they were like, in order for us to activate this wallet, you need to deposit 20 XRP in here. And all you really had to do was fund the wallet, and it would do it for you. But so many people were confused, and they thought they had to have 20 XRP in order to get any XRP. And so I just had hundreds of people begging me to send them 20 XRP. I was like, sir, I sent token from Metamask to Ethereum ERC20 token ledger. It has not arrived since last. I sent Metamask token from Metamask to Ethereum ERC20 ledger 20. It has not arrived since New York time. Not quite with you. I'm trying to decipher what you're asking me here. I just went through this whole process of explaining that there's a difference between ERC20 Matic and Polygon Matic. Most of the Matic that you're going to buy out there is going to be is going to be ERC20 Matic. It does take a while for cryptocurrency withdrawals from exchanges, depending on the exchange. Could take a few minutes, could take sometimes hours, sometimes a day before the withdrawal from the exchange shows up in your wallet. So I get a lot of people, and they're like, in the comments, they're going, "Where's my Bitcoin? I just sent it." And well, when did you send it? And like 20 minutes ago. I'm like, well, then just wait. So I do get a lot of those, where's my whatever, because they aren't patient enough to wait for it. It doesn't always come right away. Now, I don't know what you did. Maybe you sent it to the wrong type of address. I'm still a little confused about, hey, Greensman 4949 chilling in Miami. That's cool. is a million token. That was the first video I saw of you. Okay. Okay. Barbara K. Rex, how do you know which Matic you have? Good question. I don't, like, if we go to, well, I know because I converted it, right? We used this Polygon thing to convert it. So I already knew when I bought the Matic that I had in the Ledger wallet, I bought it somewhere. I think the Coinbase Matic is ERC20 Matic, right? And it is confusing, you know, because even when you're on the Matic network, it's still using that same address format of, like, if we wanted to receive it, right, starts with a 0x. That is the ERC20. Okay, look, verify Matic token source. Coinbase supports Matic deposits from the Ethereum network. Do not send Matic directly from the Polygon network or permanent loss could occur, right? So with Coinbase, if I had Matic converted over to the Polygon network and I tried to deposit that in Coinbase, it would not arrive in Coinbase. Actually, it would. They just, like, don't want to deal with it, right? Because I had people that told me they sent something, the wrong formatted coin to Coinbase, and I told them, forget it, they're never going to give it back to you, and somehow they managed to get it back, or so they told me. So Coinbase can get access to it somewhere, right? Because you can configure any wallet to use the Matic network, I'm assuming. I know I can do it with Metamask. I don't know about Coinbase, how they store their coins. But anyway, and I would always point out to these people that were, you know, telling me, "Oh, please help me." I'm like, "Dude, I can't help you with Coinbase." And they'd always say, "Oh, well, you know, I know they have it." And I'd say, "Well, yeah, but they're not, you know, they're not there to steal your tokens, really. They don't care." But I would always point out, well, look, they give you a warning, right? They've already absolved themselves of all legal claims by giving you this warning, right? So you sent it anyway, even though they had this huge warning here, it's telling you not to. And then, you know, people are people, right? They want their money back. And then another thing I should point out is that if you're going to do something like deposit in a cryptocurrency exchange or do a wallet-to-wallet transfer that you've never done before, you want to make sure it's going to arrive on the other end before you send your life savings, right? So send a small transaction, maybe $10, $20 worth, just to make sure that it's going to work. Let's see if we can get back here. I'm looking for that Matic, right? It's here. Okay, boom, there. All right, so the conversion occurred, right? We can dismiss this. We can go back here to the Polygon Bridge wallet. Notice that even though it's connected to the Ethereum wallet, sort of, it sees the Matic. Oh, but see, it doesn't see it yet, right? Let's refresh. All right, and there we go. See that extra 50 that we converted is now in the Matic wallet, right? So we can double check that in our MetaMask, and there, now it's 249 Matic, right? This is Polygon Network Matic tokens stored on the Polygon blockchain, right? They have like that layer 2 blockchain that sits on top of Ethereum, right? Now, if we switch networks, we're looking at different balances, right? If we go down here, there's still some of this ERC20 Matic in my Ledger-based Ethereum wallet. But we can switch networks here and go over to Matic and see that there's 249 Matic in the Matic network configured wallet, right? Now, if I were to try to send this Matic out, I would have to confirm on my Ledger device, right? Because it's the private keys for this wallet, even though it's configured for Matic Network, are still being stored on my ledger in my Ethereum app, right? So it's kind of, it kind of blurs the line, right? So you can kind of wrap your head around how this Matic network sits on top of the Ethereum network in that sense, right? And we can do a little bit. Let's go ahead. Not this wallet. Let's switch to a different wallet. No, whatever. All right, so I want to check and see if anybody's asking me anything else here real quick. Do I have a video explaining NFT from the artist's perspective? I do have a video on Rarible. This video that I did a while back on Rarible explains how to get set up on the Rarible website for buying and selling NFTs, and I do give you the steps to uploading your own NFT. Pretty rudimentary. On just, if you have a finished product, I show you how you upload it to Rarible and then like auction it off if you want, or put it up for sale. But I don't really go into any in-depth about how an artist would create an NFT, right? An NFT can be anything, right? I uploaded some JPEGs. No one's going to buy a JPEG, but that JPEG that I uploaded and, is now on the Ethereum blockchain, it is an NFT, but it's not that unique, right? Because, I've got that JPEG on my computer as well. But I'm assuming that an artist that creates a one-of-a-kind NFT is, he's not going to keep a copy of it somewhere else. The interesting thing about an NFT is it has smart contracts built into it. So an artist can put it up for sale on an NFT-based website. There are a lot of them. There's not just Rarible. But once that is bought by another person, if that the buyer actually sells it again later, the smart contract pays the creator a percentage of that. So it's sort of like royalties are built into NFTs, so that an artist, the creator, is always going to get a small piece of any like sales down the road. That's what's kind of cool about NFTs. But that's the best I've got as far as my videos go. Venus token is S-Coin, scam coin. Venus token is a Binance Smart Chain. Let me see if I can get it up here. Where is it? I'm out of it. Okay. It's a Binance Smart Chain, kind of a DEX. If we look at this aggregator over here, DeFi Station, you can see that, PancakeSwap's still pretty high. Or right now, PancakeSwap is in the #1 spot on the Binance Smart Chain. But Venus is #2. And PancakeSwap is a DEX, decentralized exchange. It has games and NFTs. Venus is kind of a lending platform where you basically deposit stable coins like Tether and US dollar coins in their platform, right? And then by doing that, you can earn their Venus token. You can actually buy, I believe you can buy their token too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure there are places where you can just buy the Venus token, but it's like the governance token for the Venus website. Now that we've got that Matic in our wallet safe and secure, we can switch back over to Binance Smart Chain. Now this is the ledger-based wallet. This one doesn't really have anything in it. So let's go over to, let's see, this wallet has most of my Binance Smart Chain stuff in it, right? So I've got MetaMask up. If we want to launch the app, it didn't ask me to connect the wallet at all. Don't know why. That's interesting. Usually it asks you to connect. I've done this before, so I don't see where the wallet is. It's usually up here in the corner. It's kind of weird. That's the dashboard. Sorry, I haven't used this one in a really long time. So I'm not sure why it looks like it just automatically connected. Looks like there's some tether in here from a long time ago. But basically, it's a lending platform. You deposit crypto in here, and then you can lend it out into smart contracts. But you have to be careful with these. They can be liquidated if the price of the token goes down below a certain price, right? So you only want to lend out about 50% of what you've got in here, right? Or, you know. But that's what Venus token is. And it's like, it's a, you know, it's a serious token. But I haven't dealt with it in a long time. I can't really do a very good demo of it because I don't know why it's like not asking me. I don't see where I connect to the wallet. I'm a little fuddled why it's not asking me. I don't know. I remember I tried to do a video on this one and it was a little bit complicated. There were quite a few steps involved. You have to have collateral and do all this stuff and then mint it and do all this other stuff. And it was pretty complicated for me, but it's I mean, if you go through the steps and do it, it's a great way to earn money on your stablecoin, right? Passive income, pretty much guaranteed. It's not that sexy because you're not getting like, 80% returns or, like 100% returns and all that crazy stuff you're getting on some of these farms, right? You're getting pretty much like, 8% or whatever, but much, much better than a bank. Right, the bank is like giving you less than 1% on your savings account. So these are great, safe ways. Like you just have to avoid lending out too much of your collateral, because like just imagine if you had like 70% of it lent out in April, and then all these tokens just took a dive. Right, just like when you're on stock margin. Right, when the price goes down, you have to cover your margin. You get a margin call. So that's built into these platforms. Have you looked at Drip Network? No, I haven't. What's the consensus? I don't know about this airdrop. This is not an investment forum, guys. I'm not here to evaluate coins. You got any questions about how to use any of this stuff? Do I still use Pancake Bunny? I do. If you're in Pancake Swap, then and you've got some Pancake tokens or some liquidity pools, and you want to farm them, then Pancake Bunny is the way to go. But Pancake Bunny is pretty low now. I mean, Pancake Bunny tokens were worth almost $500 back in April, and now they're like less than 20. The reason that I found out about the Dino swap, let's go into Dino swap here real quick. Let's switch back to the Matic network. I think we can do it here, yeah. I think this wallet has some, no, there's no Matic in here. Huh, I thought I had some in here. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, so Matic. Oh, this one. Okay, there's some Matic in here, right? There's some Matic in the ledger, right? But let's just go here. There's some Matic in here. This one is not attached to a ledger. It's a little easier to manage. But this is Matic, right? We're on the Matic network. And there's some US dollar coin in here. Actually, no, this isn't the one that I wanted to play around with. I wanted to play around with the ledger-based one. Okay. That's okay. Let's go back to this. Right, we've got a little bit of Matic in here. And so if we go over to the Dino Swap exchange, right, we're going to connect to that wallet. It's already connected, right? So if we go here and double check the address 78BD, you can see it's 78BD, so it's connected to the right wallet. And I'm mining a little bit in this. So, I wanted to, yeah, that's why I wanted to use this wallet, because I want to show you how the Matic network is going to interface with my Ledger device when we do trades and stuff, right? So here we go. I've got my device ready to go. Let's go to the exchange and let's sell a little bit of the Matic. I mean, just for the heck of it. Oh, no. Let's do the, well, I kind of wanted to show you the Matic just so you could see. It doesn't matter. It's the same wallet, right? I just want to demo how this wallet is connected to my Ledger, right? So let's go US dollar coin. Why is there any US dollar coin? I thought there was some in here. That's okay. There's none in there. What do we have in here? Do we have any Dino? Okay, so there's 10 Dino in here. Okay. That's not much, right? I think it's about 30 bucks. But why don't we buy some US dollar coin with that? All right, why don't we make a trade? And let's just max it out, right? This is going to net me $32. Now, when we hit swap, watch what happens. We're going to confirm that. We sign it over in Metamask, and lo and behold, the Ledger interfaces. Remember, I'm in the Ethereum app on my Ledger, and I'm on the Matic network in my Metamask. So it is basically utilizing the Ethereum network to do this, right? I'll hit accept and send, and I can do the trade, right? So the original early question by one of the viewers was, how do I store Matic in my Ledger, right? So I showed you how to, you have to configure Metamask for the Matic network, and then you have to use a wallet that is Ledger connected in order to use the utilize the private key that's stored on the Ledger device. I know it's all kind of confusing. We're still waiting for this one to confirm. I'm going to pull this window up here. Are you still farming pineapples for NFTs? It's a fun concept, and I'm always looking for new drops. ETH gas fees were ridiculous. I'm hoping IOTA helps NFT market. Yeah, I haven't done anything on IOTA in quite a while. But the Binance Smart Chain, BNB fees are very cheap. And then the Matic network fees are extremely cheap, right? Very, very small amounts of Matic are required for gas, right? We're still waiting for this to go through. So if we go up here, see, you can see that swap is still pending. Right? So a little patience. Yes, Pancake Bunny did have a flash loan exploit. And of course, it came at the worst possible time when the rest of the market was taking a dive. I think Pancake Bunny had dropped from like $500 down to, I don't know, it was above, maybe right around 100. There it went through finally. Okay. So now we sold our Dino and we have some US dollar coin. And we can look at that in MetaMask, in assets. There's that 0 Dino, and there's that 32 US dollar coin. So in order to store Matic on a Ledger, you've one way. I mean, if there's any other ways, there might be other ways. I don't know. You can't do it in Ledger Live. I know that. But you have to configure MetaMask for the Matic network, right? You have to be in the Matic network, and then you can use a standalone MetaMask wallet, one that is not connected to a Ledger, that doesn't need a Ledger to authorize transactions. It's a little simpler. Or you can actually take one of your ledger-based connection accounts in MetaMask and actually configure that for Matic and transfer and trade in that. And the ledger will confirm all of your transfers and trades, right? It's pretty cool. All right, so we got talking about that tonight. Okay, so we bought some Bitcoin, we bought some Matic on Coinbase, we transferred it over to our Ledger wallet, and then we converted it using the Polygon bridge over to the Matic network. So we've got some stuff done tonight. No one's thrown me that stumper question yet. Pancake Bunny had the flash loan, which really crashed its price even more. And so it really hasn't. Oh, I was going to say that article that I was reading was saying that the crypto market dip really hit Binance Smart Chain pretty hard. Now that we've done all that, let's just go ahead and disconnect this bridge here briefly. I wanted to... we didn't even have to do that. Let's go over here. Right. Interestingly enough, if you're in Ledger Live, you can launch Ledger Live without your device attached and check your balances. You cannot do that in the Trezor suite. So I'm going to disconnect the Ledger device. I'm going to reconnect the Trezor. You have to have the device connected to see your balances. Right, so let's go here. I have to enter PIN on this little touch screen here, which I'm going to attempt to do without fumbling. Yeah, see, I just did it. All right. Come on. Okay, there it is. There we go. Doggone it. You can't even hit backspace, or it tells you, like, used up an attempt. So let's just take a deep breath. And there, I did it. So I entered the PIN, and then I've always had this problem. Now the Trezor, oh no, it came up. All right. Sometimes you have to relaunch the Trezor. That seems to work. Right, let's confirm on the device. Right. I have to confirm labeling each time because I've renamed my wallet. It's kind of weird. Don't know why. All right, and did the Bitcoin come in? Yeah, there it is. See, remember, Crypto.com charged me 0.0004 Bitcoin. And we withdrew 0.004, so we were left with 0.0036 Bitcoin. About $113 worth of Bitcoin. And now it's in our wallet. So I showed you how to do that, transfer. I think we were going to play around with, okay, there we go. Let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to hit add wallet, and we're going to try to pair it with our Trezor, right? So we want to pair this Trezor to Daedalus so that we can store ADA on the Trezor. What's it doing here? Oh, it's telling me that it's export the public key. That's interesting. See, it seems like it's actually working. Did I accidentally install the Trezor bridge? I don't know. Huh. Well, that's weird. I tried this earlier and it didn't recognize it. But it appears that it did here. But it's going to take a while to sync. Right? But, so I attached this device. I launched Daedalus. And I went to add wallet, pair. And it saw this device. I exported the public key, and now it's doing a sync to this device, and I will end up with a zero balance ADA wallet where the private keys for the Cardano/ADA are stored on this device. That's funny because I thought I needed to install the Trezor bridge. because the last time I went to instructions, it told me to install the Trezor bridge. But this time, it just sort of connected to my device. Just surprised the heck out of me. But this sync here is going to take like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Maybe by the end of the live stream, it'll be synced up. All right. So we did several transfers tonight. Worked out pretty well. Some of them were a bit basic. Some of them were a little more complicated than they need to be. I get a lot of like reactions to my videos. People were like, I get a lot of comments. They're like, if it's this complicated, I don't even want to do it. You know, or now I can see why nobody wants to be involved in this. It's too complicated, you know, or why people aren't using Bitcoin on, you know, more commonly, because it's just too complicated. Bitcoin isn't that complicated, but some of the coins, like, you know, the Matic and some of the Binance Smart Chain stuff can be pretty, you know, vaunting? What's the word I'm trying to say? I don't know what I'm saying. Somebody tell me what I'm trying to say. Okay, here we go. Barbara, how do you know, Rex, do you know why not all of my coins show up in CoinTracker? BlockFi shows a different balance. Depending on what you're using in CoinTracker, it can be complicated. Like Coinbase works beautifully in CoinTracker. So if all you ever do is buy and sell Bitcoin on Coinbase, and you store all your Bitcoin in Coinbase, then all you got to do is connect your Coinbase account to your CoinTracker account, and life is beautiful, right? It's easy. It's like 2 clicks. You're done. Other cryptocurrency exchanges are a little more complicated, like Binance, where you have to do an API key, and then like you log into your account, create an API key, and then you have to like configure that in CoinTracker. And but they tend to work pretty well, but not every cryptocurrency exchange lends itself that well to them. Like KuCoin, for example, is very complicated. You have to export transactions into a CSV, comma separated value, like an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can only export like 3 months at a time. You know, it's real tedious. And then once you've got it exported, and it's not the right format for CoinTracker, so you have to go in and edit it so it's in the right format to import all of your deposits and withdrawals into CoinTracker. So I'm not sure about, you're asking me about BlockFi, and that shows a different balance. I don't think that I can, yeah, because I'm not signed in, I can't like create a wallet. Just give me a second here. Let me look over here. Oops. I'll look over on this screen. Wallet. I'm going to go to add wallet, and do they have BlockFi? I don't see BlockFi on here. So I don't believe CoinTracker. Well, wait. Yeah, sometimes you can do this. You can do CoinTracker, right? CoinTracker BlockFi. Let me try that. Like that, and it'll tell you. Connect your BlockFi account to CoinTracker, navigate to the reports page in your BlockFi account, head to transaction history section, and download your full transactions. Do not set a date range. Well, at least they're not making you do like 3 months at a time. And like, I know Binance and Binance US are like, you can't go back more than a year, right? So if you forgot to do it in 2017, you're out of luck, whatever. It looks like BlockFi will allow you to export your entire history, but there's no API, right? You just have to manually export your history. So that if you, Barbara, if you did this once and it worked, but you did it last month, then there's new transactions in BlockFi that aren't going to be synced because you already exported them when you did this last month, right? So all those new transactions are not going to just automatically sync up to CoinTracker. You're going to have to export more. And I'm not sure how that would work. If you exported again the entire transaction history and then imported it into CoinTracker again, would it overwrite all of the ones that were already in there, or would it just like see that they were there and not dupe them? So a little tricky maybe. I'm not sure about that. Sounds like, you know, you're going to have to keep it up to date, so maybe just download the new stuff like you exported it in June 15, and then just now go into BlockFi and only export from June 15 to the present. Perhaps that would be the way to do it. Just off the top of my head. The word is daunting. Thank you. Daunting. I was like vaunting. Like, dude, you can tell there's brain damage up here, right? Too much cherries. Thank you. The word is daunting. Does the Trezor have the 3 strikes on the pin? Actually, the JDO, you're always asking about the 3 strikes, the 3 strikes rule. Actually, the Trezor, let me see if I can get it to. Oh, it's already connected. It says when I mistype the pin in the Trezor, it tells me I have like 16 attempts. It gives you a few. It won't allow you to just infinitely try pins, but I think 16 is pretty generous, right? If you mistype it 16 times, you don't need to be owning one of these, right? I mean, my fingers are bad, but I can at least get it after like 3 or 4 tries at least, right? But they give you, I believe they give you a total of 16 tries, right? And once you're in, that resets, right? But like a lot of people ask me, I tried to get into my my ledger and I typed the wrong pin. And then can I disconnect it and reconnect it and then try again, get another 3 tries? I don't think it works like that. I don't think it's going to reset your attempts until you actually enter the correct pin and you're in, right? If you're just trying to like disconnect and reconnect to hopefully reset those 3 attempts, I don't think it works, right? It'll recognize that you've already attempted once. That's just I haven't tried that to confirm yet, but it's probably true. Let's see. I hope I answered your question, Barbara. I am heavily into Bunny, bought it on the dip, and I'm hoping for it to rise. I'm not worried about the hack. I'm playing the long game. I like that attitude. So am I. Let's see. Let's go back over to, which wallet are we on here? Let's go to this wallet. Whoops. Let's go to this wallet. Here we go. Where am I? Okay, here. Let's switch over to Binance Smart Chain. And then let's go to Bunny. What? Is it called Bunny Swap? Oh, here, Bunny Yield Optimizer. So if you have cake tokens, see, you'll notice here that I'm only staking in the single coin because it's less risky than these liquidity pools, right? Because these are kind of just set and forget. But notice here, I'm just accumulating Bunny like a madman, hoping that it will go back up to $500 someday. But God, it's looking pretty bleak, if you ask me. Bunny got really hammered. But yeah, long term, let's hope that it does bounce back, because Bunny was like crazy back in the early part of this year. You know, I was like Bunny was like at 100, and I was like, well, it's too late to buy any Bunny, right? And then the next day I look at it, it's 200. And I'm like, well, now it's definitely too late to buy some Bunny. And then it was like 400, 500. I was like, damn, I should have bought some when it was 100. But here it is down at 15. Yeah, let's buy some Bunny. Why not? Right? But it's a great site. They give you a good return, right? So here's the, you're getting 212 APR, which is not bad. Auto compounding, I believe. That's if you auto compound it, right? So that's like as you earn, you redeposit what you earned into it. That's how you get that auto compounding return rate. Cake, right? So I've got some cake, right? I got a pretty decent amount of cake in here. It would be nice if cake went back up again too. Cake is pretty hammered lately. I think I read in that article that Polygon was stealing people from the Binance Smart Chain because Polygon is like better, newer, whatever. And then they were saying like the total value lock TVL in Bunny was down like 79%. Crazy. Just kind of shows you how fleeting people are when it comes to investing. They're just like moving over to the next best thing. But when the entire market is on the upswing, when you've got Bitcoin going up and Ethereum and all the top altcoins, then people are piling into these lower altcoins, hoping to get those moons. So things can change. I don't like to talk too much about how the markets work, but we're all hoping that the market recovers, aren't we? Okay, anyone please? I need Bitcoin. Okay, so you better go get a job, right? What should I do? Should I remove you, put you in a timeout, or hide you from the channel? I'll put you in a timeout. Don't ask anyone for Bitcoin here. And if you're going to ask for Bitcoin, give them your address for Pete's sake. What do you want me to do? Throw the Bitcoin at you? I don't know. How am I going to give you Bitcoin when you're just begging in the comments section? Not a good look for you, my friend. Dark Shade Studio. Delete and reinstall. Okay. Thank you. Do I have a link on how to buy Monero? I have some Monero videos. Yes. Quite a few, actually. Haven't done one lately, but I do have several videos on Monero. This is the latest one. And I do believe that I'm showing you how to buy it. What was it? Actually, I don't think I show you how to buy a Shapeshift. This one, I'm showing you how to buy it on Shapeshift. So you might want to check that video out. You can buy Monero on Kraken if you want to buy it. It's not very private buying it on Kraken. It's not really that private buying it on Shapeshift either, because you have to create an account to use Shapeshift. But you can buy Monero on, I believe you can buy it on KuCoin. Let's do this. This is CoinGecko. It's a great resource for checking coins. Let's see, where can we buy Monero? Exchanges, right? You can buy it on Binance, of course, but if you're in the US, you can't use Binance. I'm not a big fan of the Bitcoin.com exchange. I don't ever use that. They're too like crazy about Bitcoin's not Bitcoin. I don't know, whatever they're talking about. Kraken, right? That's a decent exchange where you can just buy Monero outright and then just transfer it into the Monero wallet, right? So I gave you a link there on my videos on the Monero wallet. It is a little tricky to set up the Monero wallet. I usually do it with a ledger, store the private keys on my ledger, but it can be a little bit daunting to install the Monero wallet because Monero it has a bad reputation, and the Monero wallet is considered malware to most, to Windows for sure. Like you download the Monero wallet and you try to install it, Windows deletes it right away. Not Windows. Well, maybe Windows, but my antivirus software and my malware protection both like hated Monero, right? I had to go in there and whitelist it in my Malwarebytes. I'm using Malwarebytes for anti-malware. So I had to whitelist Monero in there, and then also in my ESET, my antivirus. I had to go in there and like whitelist the Monero folder, the Monero D file. Monero D.exe is the one that always gets deleted by your antivirus. But I think I deal with that in the video. I talk about that, how you get around that for the antivirus software that I'm using. Every antivirus software would be a little different. Perhaps a shady person in a dark street corner will sell you some Monero. True, right? But you want to be careful, right? What did I mentioned that story about the guy in Singapore, I think it was. He had like $100,000 worth of Bitcoin in his wallet, and he wanted to sell it for cash. So he arranged something somehow, I don't know, on like Craigslist in Singapore or whatever. They met at like a train station. He gets in the car, and they show him the bag of money, right? Here's your money. Here's your 100 grand. And so he pulled out his phone. He sent the Bitcoin from his wallet to their wallet. And then at the next corner, they kicked him out of the car. Right. So now there are ways to buy Bitcoin from other people. I think there's some sort of local Bitcoins. I've never done it, but it is a way. I don't even know. It was getting a lot of flack, too, for a while there. Back in 2017, 2018, there was a lot of... Somebody got arrested that was using local Bitcoins because they arrested her for being a money transmitter without a license, something. So apparently there are, you can connect with these people. Like I said, I've never done it, but I think there's some kind of escrow. I don't know if you connect with them in person or how you do it, but you can. It's like a peer-to-peer kind of thing, right? There's also Paxful. And Paxful, it's changed a lot, but it's also, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is. There was another one. There was another one called PaxG. I don't know what that is. PaxG. Paxos. All right, that's different. Paxos is like a centralized exchange, but Paxful is a decentralized exchange where you can like trade with people and buy cryptocurrencies. Not that many, but you can like trade gift cards, stuff like that. I did it a few times. It was kind of weird. They were like, and you like go in and you like look for bids or whatever. That's kind of weird. And then you connect. People have reputations, like on eBay. And I was like, okay, well, and then they'll tell you what they're willing to trade. So in my case, I think it was like an Amazon card. And they were like, okay, go buy an Amazon card. And I'm like, okay, and buy the $100 Amazon card. And then I need you to like take a scan of the receipt or something, and then scratch the code off the back and give me the code. And like they have escrow kind of thing in this, right? So it's not like I'm just giving the guy all the card info. It's like it goes into an escrow, whatever. So anyway, you scan all that and you upload it, and then that way they can use the gift card, and then they give you the equivalent in Bitcoin. But the prices are pretty bad, right? There's a high overhead using this. It's much easier to just buy stuff on Coinbase, right? But you can, which it's very difficult, but you can. You can create an email account that's not tied to you in any way, which is very difficult. by using a burner phone or whatever, and then use this on a VPN so that you can, in theory, you could buy Bitcoin anonymously through this site, right? If you really knew what you were doing. But not just normally, right? As soon as I log into this site, I've revealed my IP address. Maybe not my identity, but pretty close to it. Right? So there's really no way to buy Bitcoin anonymously, really. And you can't buy Monero on here either, not that I'm aware of. Local Bitcoins, I don't know that you could buy anything other than Bitcoin on this website. I think this is all about Bitcoins. There's no Monero here. But conceivably, if you knew someone well enough that had Monero, you could convince them to send you some. Which antivirus software do I recommend? Oh, Coinstar allows BTC purchasing in Hawaii now. Yay, Scott! That's cool. Rex Windows has both antivirus and malware protection. Sigh, buddy love. Yes, it does. I don't trust it. I've been using ESET for years now. And yeah, a lot of people, they'll ask me about antivirus, and I'll tell them, yeah, Windows is sufficient, right? They have pretty good protection built in. That's true. You could just get by with free. Sigh. Buddy love. You're so sarcastic, buddy. It's good to have you. But yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. I got introduced to Malwarebytes back when I was selling Macintoshes, of all things. Where are we? Did I close the window there? I used to work at a Mac store, and I had a lot of people that were getting these weird Mac malwares in their Mac, in their browser. It would take over their browser, and it was a little tricky to get rid of it, right? You had to go into the Mac preferences folder, which is invisible. So there's like a way to get into it by holding Option and clicking a menu, and the preferences folder shows up or whatever. But what I was doing was I'd say, oh, well, just download Malwarebytes. You can download Malwarebytes for free and use it to clean malware off your computer. And it does a really good job, I've found, in Windows or Mac. But the premium version will run in the background and prevent the malware from getting there in the first place. So the free version will clean up existing malware, and the premium version will sort of run in the background and alert you to malware. Now, I'm a pretty experienced user, so a lot of times, sometimes what I'm trying to do, like for instance, download and install the Monero wallet, I know it's not malware, but my malware thinks it is. My malware software and my antivirus software thinks it is. So I kind of have to, deal with that. But I'd rather deal with letting certain things that I know are malware through by telling them it's not, rather than just having no protection at all, right? And then my antivirus, which I've used for many years, is ESET. I pulled it up earlier. I believe they're Eastern European company, Slovakia maybe. But I like their software. I've been using it for years. It's reasonably priced. It's subscription based. I think it's like $60, $69 a year for like 3 machines. And what I like about ESET is it's pretty unobtrusive. It's not always throwing alerts to let you know it's there. Like, what's the one I'm thinking? What's that big software? Norton, right? Norton is like so obtrusive. Like it's always, and not only is it obtrusive as being a virus protection, it's always telling you, ooh, this is dangerous, watch out. Hey, see, I'm doing my job. It's like, it flags everything. It's also has a bunch of adware trying to pump their other stuff, right? Oh, you need to get Deluxe, man. You need to get this thing, or, our password manager. I mean, they're always like pumping their other stuff. So I'm not a big fan of Norton, right? So ESET I like. Had it for a while. And then McAfee's pretty good. I just don't use it. Right? There's a lot of, but like Buddy says, Windows has antivirus and a firewall built in. So and it's pretty. You don't have to do much to turn it on. I think Windows just turns it on by default. Windows will tell you, hey, maybe you should enable Windows Defender. BTC ATM. I used BTC ATMs back in 2017 when I was living in LA. And the first one that I found in a convenience store, little Stop and Shop place is back in the corner. You could buy and sell BTC. You could load cash in. I went in there with $100 in cash, and I had a Bitcoin wallet on my phone with an address. It was the blockchain.com phone-based wallet, and you would you'd stick in your money, and then it would say, okay, show me your Bitcoin address, and you'd hold up your Bitcoin QR code to this ATM machine, and it would scan it, and then it would send the Bitcoin into your Bitcoin wallet. It's pretty cool. And that was it, right? But the last time I saw a Bitcoin ATM in LA, 2018, 2019, I was like, hey, that's cool. Now you got them in the mall now. And you went over there, and it was like you had to hold up your ID, you had to take a selfie, you had to do all this stuff. It was like you wasn't anonymous anymore. That first ATM that I used was pretty anonymous, right? Didn't ask for any ID. Kevin, you spammer, you're here again, but no one can see you because I've hid you many times before. Haven't had too many bad antivirus software. Do you recommend on a Mac? I think you can get EST for Mac. I know that you can get you can get Norton for Mac, Bitdefender for Mac, McAfee for Mac. I guess EST doesn't have a Mac version, but there's quite a few software out there for Mac. Mac is notorious or famous for not having that much problems with virus because the Mac computer market is a small fragment of the computer users in the world. So most virus writers focus on PC, because there's more PCs out there to infect. But, there are viruses for Mac. That'd be the way to go. Probably Norton. I don't know. Or maybe McAfee. But I know you can get Malwarebytes for Mac. They make a Mac version of Malwarebytes. And you can use Malwarebytes for your antivirus if that's what you're after. So if you're going to store Bitcoin in a desktop-based wallet like Bitcoin Electrum, or even, your Coinbase account that you're using, on your computer, you want to have good antivirus so you're not going to have keyloggers or any kind of remote hackers into your desktop, right? You want to keep your desktop safe and secure. And then the other thing that you should always have when dealing with crypto exchanges is two-factor authentication, right? Google Authenticator or Authy are the two big ones that you can use as your second factor so that people can't hack into your computer and steal your crypto because they can't get logged, even if they're in your computer and you've got a password manager and they have access to that and they try to remotely log into your Coinbase account, they can't because they don't have your phone in their hand, right? That's the two-factor protects against even that. But if you want to prevent someone from gaining remote access to your computer, then use a firewall, use antivirus, and use anti-malware. And as Buddy mentioned, a lot of that is already built into Windows. Or you can, get whatever software you think is best for you. Yeah, it is confusing, right? And it is kind of brand awareness. And there are free ones. But the free ones come with a price, right? The free ones have adware built into them. Ads run, stuff like that. It's irritating. I chose a long time ago not to download cracked software. I used to back in the day, but it got to be where anywhere that you would go to download cracked software, they had all kinds of junk attached to it. And I even got to the point where I was like, okay, I want to watch this movie. I'm gonna download I'm gonna go on a Tor site or a BitTorrent site and download this movie that just came out on DVD. I don't want to pay for it, right? So I'm gonna go download it, and it would have all kinds of junk attached to it, like viruses and malware and whatever. So I would download the movies, and then I would run the malware on, and catch whatever malware they had attached to the file, and then clean it, and then watch the movie. But after a while, I was kind of like, just buy them, right? Back in the early days of the internet, the movie companies and the music companies hadn't caught on that people wanted an easy, convenient, reasonably cheap way to enjoy their favorite content over their computer or on their phone or whatever. So it was like, oh no, you got to come in and buy a $10 CD if you want to listen to this music. They finally caught on, and now you can buy movies on Amazon Prime or rent movies or whatever, and reasonably priced, a little expensive if you go overboard, but I'd prefer to just buy them instead of dealing with all this crap of trying to download like cracked copies of software or hijack movies and just junk. I just don't do that stuff anymore. I'm sure the statute of limitations has already expired on those days. Back in my day, early days, pre-crypto, right? It was like downloading movies and stuff. We don't need to do that anymore. If any of you remember Napster back in the 2000. Did someone delete my chat to Suresh about his question? I don't know. No, I don't think I did. I don't have any mods here tonight. Dan's not here tonight, so no one's modding. I didn't delete anybody. I did just hide Kevin Panahi. He was here earlier, but he has already been hidden on my channel. So they showed me his free movies P. Use an ad blocker. Yeah. No need to hijack. Yeah, I agree, buddy. Yeah, so you don't need to hijack movies anymore. There are, and I'm sure Buddy knows, there's probably ways to watch free movies, like he says, a NAT router. So there are ways to watch movies for free without having to be a criminal or hijacker or whatever. Lots of stuff out there for free. Yeah. An ad blocker on YouTube, right? A Brave browser does a pretty good job of blocking most ads. Some get through, but it's got ad blockers and trackers on by default. So that's why I use Brave for most of my stuff, but I still have to use Chrome for my YouTube stuff. I like when I'm in live tools and when I'm uploading videos, I have issues with non-Chrome browsers. Like YouTube kind of forces you to use Google Chrome if you're a YouTuber. How do you check your ledger is genuine or not? Okay, so I had someone ask me this in the comments earlier. They said, how do I do a full factory reset of my ledger to make sure that it's not hijacked or whatever? And there really is no such thing. I wanted to respond by saying, well, set it up and do a reset. Like enter the PIN incorrectly 3 times and you'll reinitialize the device. And I knew that wasn't going to be good enough for him. So I was going to play with him a little bit and say, okay, you have to enter the PIN incorrectly 3 times, reset the device, set it up, and then enter the PIN incorrectly 3 times again to reset the device, and do that 50 times. And then, and only then, will it be full factory reset. I was just joking. But yeah, there's no way you can stick a paperclip in this thing to do a full factory reset. When these are created at Ledger, at the company, there in the firmware there is a cryptographic hash or something that they put on here that when you connect it to your computer and you go to Ledger Live, it does a genuine check. And it's done cryptographically, very similar to the way Bitcoin works to verify transactions, right? There is a unique signature on each of these devices that can, when it connects to the server has like the public key or whatever, and it connects to your signed file to verify that your device was in fact created by Ledger, right? That is how you know it's correct. If you pass the genuine check when you log into Ledger Live. If you're worried that, and you think if you get one second hand or whatever, of course you should enter the PIN incorrectly 3 times, reset the device, and generate a new 24-word recovery phrase. That's just common sense. But most of the time when you buy one, you're going to buy one on Ledger, and it's going to come it's going to be in a box, and when you open it up, it's going to be brand new, and it's going to ask you to create a recovery phrase. That's as good as it gets, right? When you initialize the device, when you take it out of the box, it says set up as new. When you click that, it initializes itself, generates that 24-word recovery phrase, and then after you've written that down and connected it to Ledger Live, it does the genuine check to let you know it's a genuine device, right? You might buy one on eBay or somewhere where I've heard of this, but it seems like it's desperate that they might ship it to you when you open the box and there's already a PIN on there, right? They go, okay, here's your PIN, here's your recovery phrase, like already done for you. That would be a red flag, right? But that's not how Ledger works, right? When you open it up, there's cards and they're blank cards for you to write down your newly generated 24-word recovery phrase, right? And that's how you know it's real. I don't know. I mean, if people get paranoid. I mean, there's a lot of people that say Ledger has all the private keys, and one day they'll take everybody's Bitcoin away. But that's not how the device works, right? It's tested by third parties and certification authorities, right? If it were generating like fake private keys, it would be obvious by the people that test these third parties that test these devices, right? You're gonna have to put a little faith in cryptography. Do I have anything on Agave or Compound? No, because when I tried to do a video on those two platforms, the Ethereum fees were way high. It was going to cost me $100 just to initialize in their platform, but maybe I should revisit those two and try to do some videos on those, but not at the moment. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Welcome here again. It's good to have you. You always kind of come in right around 8, right? Right as I'm about done. I never see you give tutorials on these things, so I assume not. No, and if you're curious about any video that you think I may have done, then you could do CryptoDad Compound. Oh, all right. So I do have one for using Compound on the Ledger. It's been a while since I've done this video. Oops, what is that? Oh, okay. Okay, whatever. Why did it do that? I don't know. This particular video I did a while back on the Ledger Live lending. There are a few coins that you can. Come on. There are a few coins that you can do in Ledger. I don't see Compound in there, but I believe there are some. I think it was Compound. But someone commented on that video, and they were kind of like, it would take you 5 years to break even using this. I don't know. It's not sexy, right? But if you've got a bunch of Compound and it's just laying around, by all means, stake it. Especially, and the Ledger is pretty no-brainer. If you can, like I said, check that video. It doesn't. I don't see it in here, but closed loans? Did I do any closed loans? I don't know. I haven't done it with this device actually. I bought a new ledger because they do wear out. I had one for like 3 years and it was kind of dim. It was dim. Oh, actually, the reason I switched was because I had accidentally revealed the private key. So I was like, oops, I need to switch. Okay, guys. Barbara, have a good night. Thanks for being here again. Buddy, Scott, Grand Illusion, JDO, thanks all of you guys for being here and supporting me and hanging out with me on a Saturday night when you could be out doing something else. Who knows? Out at a restaurant or, you know. It's always nice that you take the time to hang out here with me. I really appreciate it, especially now. You know, views are way down on my channel because of the market dip, as I was talking about earlier. So now the live stream is like, I'm just doing it, you know, because I enjoy it and I enjoy being with you guys, right? So thanks again. And don't forget, I'll do it every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where hopefully we'll have sound from the beginning to the end. I'll answer your questions. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.